if you guys know how to do these problems, then you should be able to handle the rest of the lesson today. So Ryan, would you like to try the first question, please?
Okay.
Okay, so
2x 9.
go ahead. I'll let you take the stage.
2x equals -1.
Mhm.
2x equals 8. We divided x equals 4.
Okay, so what we see here, this is the most basic case of using substitution, right? So can you guys all see my mouse? Ryan, it's like a little hand right now. So we see the first step. Oh, Ryan, can you keep your what you wrote before? Just yeah, thank you. So the first step, we see that we're given that b is equal to 1, right? And then we have 2x plus b is equal to 9. And in the second equation, we have two variables. That actually looks pretty nasty, right? But we know that b is equal to 1. So we can just put the digit 1 in there, and all we have left is a two-step equation that we already know how to solve, right? So then Ryan just went on with solving it. He brought the 1 to the right side, then 9 minus 1 is simply 8, and then he divided both sides by 2 to get x equals 4. Okay, thank you, Ryan. Can I have another volunteer who'd like to try the second problem? W equals 9, then 27 equals 9x minus w. So any volunteers? Ryan, I will have a Kahoot, but it will be near the end of the class, so uh, don't worry too much about that. Okay. Um. Well, if we get through the lesson fast, we can do the Kahoot sooner. All right. So, T. Sophie, I think you're Garrus, right? Are you Garrus?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
wait, I forgot to change my name again.
Yeah. No problem. Would you like to try the second question? The one I flicked in over here.
Okay. So W equals 9.
You can write on a screen if you want.
So 9x is. Okay. 9x.
So we're given that W is equal to 9, right? There's not much we can do. We already have what we need. We know
So
that
it's like 27 equals 9x minus 9 because W is 9.
exactly. So whenever we see a W, we can just replace it with a 9. That's what substitution is all about, right? Okay, that doesn't look like a very good 9. So we have 27 is equal to 9x minus 9. And I'm pretty sure, Garrus, you know what we can do from here. Uh, so whoever typed in x equals 9, can you guys refrain from messing around on the whiteboard too much, please. So Garrus, what's our next step? We already know that 27 is equal to 9x minus 9. And what do we do whenever we see this kind of equation?
I think I forgot.
Forgot. So we have 27. Is that a number or a variable?
That's a number.
It's a number. We have 9x, right? 9x.
So
So 9 is a number.
9 of x's.
Yes, 9x, but we're trying to look for what x is, right?
Yeah.
So whenever we want to find x, we want the final equation to be something like x equals blah blah blah, right? Yes.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we need to somehow use math magic and turn this equation 27 equals 9x minus 9 into x equals something. So what's the first thing we can do to the equation? Um, so what's the first thing we can do? We have 9x minus 9. And what's being annoying over here? That's what I like to think. So we just want x, right?
I think it's the 9 beside it.
Which 9? The 9 beside, the one on the left or the -9 on the right?
I think it's the one on the
I think the -9
left.
is causing troubles, right? So
Left.
the okay, we can do it your way. So how can we get rid of this the 9 on the left? It's 9 times x, right? So
Yeah.
the opposite of multiplication is
Oh.
is
9 times x. Divide.
exactly. So you divide by x.
9 divided by x.
So you would divide by 9 on both sides, right? So we have, if we divide, for example, 27 by 9, we also need to divide this entire thing by 9. Okay?
Yeah.
So what's 27 divided by 9, Garrus?
27 divided by 9. Wait, let me think.
Do you need any help? So remember,
Yeah, I'm pretty good at adding and subtracting, but
Ryan, can you please stop drawing on the screen? Thank you. So remember our times tables? We have 1 times 9 is 9, right? What's 2 times 9?
okay.
2
2
times,
times 9, 18, 3.
aha. So 3 times 9 is 27, right? So if I get rid of all that, we have 27 divided by 9 is 3, right? And
Yep.
then on this side, we have 9. Okay, I'm gonna write this out so you kind of know what we're doing here. We can write the right side as 9x divided by 9 minus 9 divided by 9. Okay, so 9x divided by 9. What's that, Garrus?
9x divided. Well,
The 9s will cancel, right?
yeah,
All we have left is an x. So we
yeah.
have 3 equals x. And what's 9 divided by 9?
9 divided by 9 is 1.
Is 1. But let's
I
not forget the
live
negative,
in
okay? It's not x plus 1, it's
no,
x
no,
minus 1.
what? No, no,
Exactly.
what?
So
Uh,
3 equals x
oh,
minus 1, right? And can you take us home? We have 3 equals x minus 1. How do we find x?
okay. 3 equals x. 3 equals x minus 1. So,
So remember, we want
so
to,
does that mean it's 2?
pardon?
Oh, no. Does that mean it's 4?
4. Why is it 4? Can you give me your thought process? So how do we get from x minus 1 to just x?
Oh, no. I was looking at the
I'm
other.
not saying any of your answers are wrong, because one of them is right. But you need to know how you get from 3 equals x minus 1 to x equals whatever answer you just gave.
Like, since 3 is x minus 1,
Hmm?
that means x has to be something greater than 3, but it has to subtract 1 to get to 3.
Mm-hmm.
So if you add it, like
If
the
you
opposite of
add, if you add
subtraction,
what?
you get 4. So
So
like
okay,
3
so you
plus
add 1 on
1
both
is
sides.
4.
Right. So if you add 1 on both sides, I know it's getting a little messy here. I just move this down. If you add 1 on both sides, what you'll get left is, well, what's on the left side? 3 plus 1 is
4.
4. And on the right side, all you have left, minus 1 plus 1, that cancels out to just have in
X.
an x. Awesome. So in the end, we have x
4
4. Or
x
4 just-
equals 4.
exactly. Can you help me check that this is indeed the correct answer? Okay, because at one point you were like, oh, x is equal to 2. So Jason, I know you just raised your hand. Can you verify for me first that 2 is not the correct answer? So by that I mean we would have to plug all
It's
the
not correct.
It's not correct. Why isn't it correct? So if I put 9 times 2 minus W, what would this be?
Because 9 times 2 is 18.
It's 18. And what is W?
9.
It's 9. So 18 minus 9 is
9.
9. And
But
is
that is
9
not
27?
27.
It's not. Okay, so 2 was not the answer. Just for example, Garrus, let's say you did this on a test and you were like, aha, x is 2. But if you plug it back into the original equation and you're like, uh-oh, something doesn't look right, then that's when you know your answer probably isn't correct. So now give me the correct answer. You said x was equal to 4. Um, how can you verify that the answer is indeed equal to 4, Garrus?
Okay. So 27 is equivalent to 9 x's
Mm-hmm.
minus W. W is 9.
Is 9, correct.
And now we already believe that x is 4.
Right.
So you just have to like times it. So like 9 times 4,
Mm-hmm. Is
27.
9 times 4.
Oh, no. The other. Wait, no. 9 times 4.
We can go through the multiplication, the times table really fast. We have 9 times 1 is,
Okay.
so 9 times 1 is 9,
Oh,
right?
I think I know.
Okay, so what's 9 times 4?
36.
36, awesome. So we have
So that's 36.
minus 9,
And then minus 9, that would be 27.
27, awesome. So we have this correct. We got this right. Okay. So most of the problems we've just been doing were pretty simple, right? We were basically given a variable and plugged it in and then solved it as we would a two-step equation. But now we're also given a variable actually, but instead we have something a little bit different. Any volunteers who'd like to tackle this somewhat challenging problem?
Which one?
It's the third one down here. So a equals 10, 5y plus 2a equals 60. You want to try, Jason?
Okay.
Okay,
I'll
so
try.
where should we start?
Uh, Wait, can I draw on board?
Of course, I'll turn the permissions back on in a second. Okay, can,
Okay.
how would you?
A is equals to 10. And
Mhm,
then we do 2 times 10 equals 20.
mhm.
And
So,
then
uh,
60 minus
before you
20.
continue, Jason, before you continue, why did you think of 2 times 10?
Uh, because we're adding. We know because 8 equals 10, and then we're trying to find the answer. So I say, know why? Because 2 and A, see here is a 2 and A, right?
Mhm.
It means we have to times it.
Right. The term I
That's
think you're
why.
looking for is multiply, right? So in
Uh,
this case, we know that a is 10. So if we multiply both sides by 2, we get 2a is equal to 20, right?
yes. And then, so basic, and then we have 1, but, like, oh, I have to erase it because here. Yeah. Okay. So, and then we do 60 minus 20
So why
because we're trying
why
to
are we
find what is
subtracting?
a 5y.
Okay,
If we
so
minus it,
so
we
if we
will
go back
know.
if we go back to the second equation, we have 5y plus 2a, and we just found out that 2a was 20, right?
Yeah,
So in this case, we have 5y plus 20 is equal to 60, right?
yeah,
Okay, and now you say you subtract 20 from both
yes.
sides, right? So if you subtract 20 on both sides, let me just
40.
wait. Um,
It'd be 40.
right. So we have 5y is equal to 60 minus 20. Is everyone following along? Do you guys all know why?
But is it okay if you draw it for me?
Oh, of course. I'll continue from here. So you said that 60 minus 20 was 40. So we have 5y is equal to 40. And where are we now? What do we do now?
But now we need to like y equals 40 divided by 5.
Exactly. We need to isolate for y, right? So
Yeah,
we need
so
to get
to
rid
in
of,
order to find 40, we have to divide by y because whatever 55 divided by 40 is equals to y.
okay, I think I get what you're talking about. So if we divide both sides by 5, let me just write that first. If we divide both sides by 5, we have 5y divided by 5 is equal to 40 divided by 5. So what's 5y divided by 5, Jason?
Y.
Y. So the 5 cancels out. And what about 40 divided by 5?
Uh, 40 is 8.
Is 8. Awesome. So what if instead of 8, you found out for some reason that 40 divided by 5 is equal to 6?
Uh,
Uh, uh,
I get that.
let's say that happened. I'll ask Henry. Let's say you found out that y is equal to 6. Okay. My
Oh
dumb
no, then we go back to the
just
start.
pretend we found out that we found out y was equal to 6.
And you
How
have to
do you verify
check.
this? Okay.
You have to do like 5 times 6,
Mm-hmm.
6
I'll let
plus
I'll let Henry verify this one.
28.
Jason. I can let you verify your answer. So Henry, are you here? Okay, if Henry isn't responding, I'll ask Aaron. Can you verify for me whether 6 or y equals 6 is the correct answer or not?
Uh, Why can't be 6? Because if you do that, 5 times 6 equals 30, and then you have to add the 2a, which is 20, and 30 plus 20 equals 50, not 60.
Ah, okay, awesome. So we know that if you put 5 times 6, that's 30 plus another 10. Sorry. So we have 5 times 6, and then we plus 2 times 10. This is just 30 plus 20, and then as you said, the answer is instead 50 and not 60. So we know that if y is 6, it can't possibly be the answer. Okay, Jason, you're up. You said y is equal to 8. And can you tell me whether this is the correct answer or not?
Me?
Well, yes.
Wait, which one am I checking?
So checking if
5 times
y equals
8 is 40
Mhm.
plus 20 equals 60.
Okay, so we have 5 times 8 is 40 plus 20 is indeed equal to 60. Thank you. And
Uh,
do I have any volunteers who would like to do the final problem, please? This one has 3 variables, and there's even some weird parentheses thrown as well. So, anyone up for the challenge? Ryan, Jason, I think you guys have both responded. Let me see. I think Nicole, would you like to try the last problem before we move on to the lesson? Or Jagger, would you like to try the last question, please? Okay, I see you guys are kind of exploding in the chat, waiting for me to choose you guys. But I do need to choose I need to go through the list so that everyone has a chance to answer these problems. Um, Ryan Lynn, are you here? Can you try the last question? Okay, fine. I'll let Ryan do this one. I'll just let you do the first part. Can you use substitution to fill in everything we know so far with a third part of the question, please? Okay, thank you. Okay, so I see you substituted A, B, and wrote them in the third equation. Awesome. How are you going to continue?
So we just continue by
Okay. So for those of you who are following, um, Ryan applied the distributive property, which states that if we have 4 times c plus 2, we can write this as 4c plus 4 times 2, right? And 4 times 2 is 8, according to the multiplication table, or just by counting on your fingers if you want. So we know that 4c plus 4 times 2 is 4c plus 8. Okay. Please continue, Ryan.
okay, now you just apply. So now wait, let me just write it in another spot.
Okay, I'll move the screen down a little so you have some white space. Uh, yeah, okay, that looks a bit better. Okay, so if you rewrite it, you have 7 plus 9 plus 4c plus 8 equals 32. And over here, I think Ryan just did what we call collecting like terms, because we have an 8, right? We have a 7, and we also have a 9. These are all numbers you can add together, right? So he collected the 7 and the 9 to get 16, and now 16 and the 8, they can both be combined too. Okay, well, I guess this works too. So Ryan, he then divided, he then subtracted 16 and the 8 from both sides. And just a tip, Ryan. When you're writing equations, you don't usually like to write like the left side and the right side just on one line. You don't continue writing equals, equals, equals all the way through. Otherwise, if you look at what professional mathematicians do, you'd probably see something that goes like equals some long gibberish, equals some long gibberish, equals some really long gibberish. That's way too confusing. Okay. So I know you don't have space, but when you get down to 4c equals 32 minus 16 minus 8, you just stop there, okay? You then move on to your next line. I know there's not enough space, but you can probably erase like the top line maybe. So you can just get 4c equals 8, right? And instead of continuing writing equal signs all the way through. Because mathematically speaking, that's not very strict. Um, yeah, okay. Thanks. So now we have 4c equals 8. And Jason, would you like to finish this off? Thanks for doing all the heavy lifting, Ryan. So we have 4c equals 8. And what is c, Jason? Okay, I guess you can just finish it off, Ryan, then.
4c equals 2. I mean, c equals 2.
Equals
I
2.
mean by that.
Exactly. So if we divide both sides by 4, we just get c equals 2. Okay. Would you like to verify this just in case we might have screwed up somewhere? I know there was a bit of
Okay.
a leap from the 32 minus 60 minus 8 that there's a chance of error. I'm pretty sure there's no error, but there's always a chance. Okay. So let's go back up to here. We now have c equals 2, right? If I remember correctly. Hopefully I'm not getting dementia yet. So we have A equals 7, B equals 9, and C equals 2. Yes. So let's substitute all of those values in just to verify that this is the correct answer. Okay, so we have 7 plus 9 plus 4 times 2 plus 2 equals 32. Awesome. Uh, and according to Bedmiss, Ryan, what should you be doing first? Exactly. So because Bedmiss, right? We have B stands for brackets. So whenever we see brackets over here, there's these two, curly arm thingies or parentheses. Uh, those are the things we have to tackle first. So 2 plus 2 is 4. And now he's back up to the top. We have 7 plus 9 plus 4 times 4. What's after the B? Ryan, just testing your bedmas skills, I guess. What's after the B?
E. Exponent, but we don't have exponent.
Exactly. We don't have any exponents in this problem. So we can skip
So
that.
it's D, division. But actually, you can actually do multiplication instead first.
Exactly. You can do, whoops. You
Also,
can,
there's no division.
there is no division in here, so it doesn't really matter for us. So we have brackets first, exponent second, division, and then relevant to us right now, we have multiplication fourth, which is what we're doing right now, right? So what's after multiplication? I think you just did the multiplication. 4 times 4 is indeed 16. What do we have next?
Subtraction.
Subtraction?
Or
Does
maybe
Bedmus is the S before the A? Well, it doesn't matter because addition and subtraction are on the same level. So
addition.
the next one is addition. You can put subtraction first if that comes first. But it's not that big a deal. So we have multiplication, addition.
32 equals 32.
Exactly. So we have our final answer. 32 is indeed equal to 32. Hurrah. I think that about concludes our warm-up. We can officially start our lesson. Thanks. Oops. Thanks for everything you did, Ryan. Appreciate your participation too, Jason, and you as well, Aaron and Garrus. Shout out to you guys. If you guys also have a camera, if you can turn that on, I'd appreciate that as well. Let's begin our lesson. So if you were here last class, we began dealing with something called system of equations. Okay. Most of these things.
I remember.
Pardon, Ryan?
I remember.
Right. So we were dealing with systems of equations. And for us, we're just going to deal with two equations at a time, okay? 3 equations, those are a bit too complicated for us right now, so we'll just start with 2. And they already, when I first started, I was like, holy cow, how are you even supposed to do this? And it turns out there are actually 3 ways. And last class, I started teaching you guys substitution, which is what we were just doing down here. This is the most basic case of substitution where you're literally given the value of a variable and then asked to plug it in. But in most cases, it's not that easy, okay? Usually you would replace a variable with another variable. You want to say something, Ryan?
It is easy once you learn it.
Yeah, once you learn it and you practice a lot, it becomes very easy. But it's not a very like tangible concept per se. The second way I'm sort of planning to teach today is elimination, which is where you're like, oh, screw this. I'm just taking this variable, throwing it away, and I'm just gonna tackle one variable for now. That's the concept of elimination. Okay. And then graphing, I'm not sure we have time today, but it's for those people who actually, you can just take a big graph and then start plotting dots on a line, draw the line, and then draw another line and see where they intersect. That only works sometimes, and for some graphs, you may not know how they look like. So it may not be best to always graph. It's definitely a very good way to verify your answers, but sometimes we need to rely on either substitution, elimination, or just one of the algebraic methods. Okay. So I think we tackled this last time. I'd actually like to start with a video. So this is a video by Saul on systems of equations. So just notify me in the chat if you can't hear this. Let's watch. Enjoy.
You're traveling in some type of strange fantasy land, and you're trying to get to the castle up here to save the princess or the prince or whomever you are trying to save. But to get there, you have to cross this river. You can't swim across it. It's a very rough river, so you have to cross this bridge. And so as you approach the bridge, this troll shows up. That's the troll. And he says, well, I'm a reasonable troll. You just have to pay $5. And when you look a little bit more carefully, you see that there actually was a sign there that says $5, $5 toll to cross the bridge. Now, unfortunately for you, you do not have any money in your pocket. And says the troll says, well, you can't cross, but you say I need to really get to that castle. And so the troll says, well, I'll take some pity on you. Instead of paying the $5, I will give you a riddle. And the riddle is this. And now I'm speaking as the troll. I am a rich troll because I get to charge $5 from everyone who crosses the bridge. And actually, I only accept $5 or $10 bills. It's a bit of a riddle why they accept American currency in this fantasy land, but let's just take that as a given for now. So I only take $5 or $10 bills. I'm being the troll. Obviously, if you give me a 10, I'll give you 5 back. And I know, because I count my money on a daily basis, I like to save my money as the troll. I know that I have a total of 900 bills. So let me write that down. I have a total of 900 bills. Total of 900 $5 and $10 bills. Dollar bills. And he says, I will give you, because I'm very sympathetic, I'll give you another piece of information. He says, if you were to add up the value of all of my money, which is all in $5 and $10 bills, value of all the $5 and $10 bills that I have, I, speaking as a troll, bought dollar bills, is $5,500. This is a rich troll, is $5,500. And so the riddle is exactly. And if you give the wrong answer, and if you're not able to solve it in 10 minutes, he's just going to push you into the river or do something horrible to you. He says exactly how many 5s and 10s do I, the troll, have? So the first thing I'm going to have you think about is this even a solvable problem? Because it's not a solvable problem, you should probably run as fast as you can in the other direction. So now I will tell you, yes, it is a solvable problem. And let's start thinking about it a little bit algebraically. And to do that, let's just set some variables. And I will set the variables to be what we're really trying to solve for. We're trying to solve for the number of $5 bills we have and the number of $10 bills that we have. So let's just define some variables. I'll say f for 5. Let's let f equal the number of $5 bills. $5 bills that we have. And I'll use the same idea. Let's let t is equal to the number of $10 bills that we have. Now, given this information, and now I'm not sure if I'm speaking as, well, let's say I'm still speaking as a troll. I'm a very sympathetic troll, and I'm going to give you hints. Given this information, setting these variables in this way, can I represent the clues in the riddle mathematically? So let's focus on the first clue. Can I represent this clue, that the total of 900 $5 and $10 bills, or can I represent that mathematically, that I have a total of 900 $5 and $10 bills? Well, what's going to be our total of bills? It's going to be the number of 5s that we have, which is f. The number of 5s that we have is f. And then the number of 10s that we have is t. The total number of 5s plus the total number of 10s, that's our total number of bills. So that's going to be equal to 900. So this statement, this first clue in our riddle, can be written mathematically like this if we defined the variables like that. And I just set f for 5 because f for 5 and t for 10. Now let's look at the second clue. Can we represent this one? Can we represent this one mathematically given these variable definitions that we created? Well, let's think separately about the value of the $5 bills and the value of the $10 bills. What's the value of all of the $5 bills? Well, each $5 bill is worth $5. So it's going to be 5 times the number of $5 bills that we have. So if I have one $5 bill, it will be $5. If I have 100 $5 bills, then it's going to be $500. However many $5 bills, I just multiply it by 5. That's the value of the $5 bills. Let me write that down. Value of the $5 bills. Now, same logic, what's the value of the $10 bills? Well, the value of the $10 bills is just going to be 10 times however many bills I have. Value of the $10 bills. So what's going to be the total value of my bills? What's going to be the value of the $5 bills plus the value of the $10 bills. And he tells me what that total value is. It's $5,500. So if I add these two things, they're going to add up to be $5,500. So the second statement we can represent mathematically with this second equation right over here. And what we essentially have right over here, we have two equations. Each of them have two unknowns. And just using one of these equations, we can't really figure out what f and t are. You can pick a bunch of different combinations that add up to 900 here. You could pick a bunch of different combinations where if you work out all the math, you get 5,500 here. So independently, these equations, you don't know what f and t are. But what we will see over the next several videos is that if you use both of this information, if you say that there's an f and a t that has to satisfy both of these equations, then you can find a solution. And this is called a system of equations. This is a system of equations. Let me write that down. System of equations.
Okay, so that was the video, and we are going to pretend we just met this troll. Okay? And unfortunately, I have actually invited a troll into my classroom who will be setting a 10-minute timer for me. And if I don't if I don't get this thing solved in 10 minutes, I will be eaten for dinner. So troll, can you please set a 10-minute timer, please? Okay,
But is
timer's
that
on.
troll a real person or is
Troll
it
is a real person. You can see the timer.
Run for your life. Or else
Exactly. So I don't really want to get eaten by a troll for dinner today. So
I don't think the troll probably lives in a whole other country, so I don't think it would be eaten that fast.
well, I am actually living with a troll right now, and if the timer runs out, I'm screwed. So let's get this thing done.
get the
Um,
knife. Kill him. Kill him.
That's my incentive, okay? So today I want to teach you guys how to solve the riddle that he gave us, the troll gave us, using substitution. We can actually solve it with elimination too, but for today we're just going to tackle substitution. So over here we have two equations, right? We have the first equation, which says that in total the troll has 900 bills, right? Are you guys following? We have in total there's 900 bills, and there are only $5 or $10 bills. There's no $100 bills. There's no I don't know, $50 bills. No McDonald dollar bills. So we're also given that in total the troll has $5,500 or $5,500, and we want to find out how many $5 and $10 bills the troll has. And thanks to Saul, we have these two equations listed for us, so that's some time saved. Uh, Ryan, would you like to help me with how we can use substitution for this problem?
I actually don't know. I only know the elimination.
You only know elimination. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
If you know the answer, you can private message me in the chat. Don't post it publicly, just yet. So Jason, any ideas?
maybe we can do like 10 and 5. So
10 and
basically,
5.
like how much 10s and how much 5. We in total, so we have to plus them together. We can we know each of them could have more than 100, right?
We're actually not sure how much 5s and how many 10s the troll has. That's what we're trying to look for right now. Okay, I think I only have 7 minutes left to live.
Wait. It could be like mini answers, so we don't might not even know.
Just as a hint, there is only one answer. There's no many answers. You can't plug any other value in to satisfy this equation. That can happen.
I got one. I already got one way already.
Okay, so we're doing substitution for this, and when we're talking about substitution, we usually want to get something that only has one variable. Okay, and just as a matter of choice, can someone type either F or T in the chat?
Wait. Don't you already know the answer?
I actually forgot the answer, so we're gonna have to work it out.
Why can't you just switch it off?
I'm not searching it up. The troll's gonna eat me if I search it up. Okay, can someone type either F or T in the chat, please? I only have, let's see, 6 minutes. Yeah, 6 minutes left to live. F or T. Quick, quick, quick. Okay, I'm just gonna start off with F, okay? F probably I like how F looks, so I'm gonna try and get rid of the T today. And how we're going to get rid of the T, we see that we have 5F plus 10T equals 5,500. And there are two variables, right? There are two variables. The T it's for me, it looks like the nastier one. And we want to express T somehow in terms of F, okay? So to do that, we can write it like this. On this side, how would we isolate the T? Ryan, any ideas? How can we isolate the T? So
Turn the
this
T
one,
into 10T.
pardon? So
Turn
I'm
the
just
T.
talking about the first equation. So I want the equation to be T equals something.
No
How would I
idea.
get that? So right now the F is kind of there. It's just there, right? I don't really want the F. So what I can do actually is I can subtract an F from both sides. So in this case, if we have F plus T equals 900, right? And if I subtract an F from both sides, then F minus F is nothing. So this F cancels, right? And I also need to subtract an F on the right side. So this equation just becomes T equals 900 minus F. Are you guys following? Uh-oh, 5 minutes left. Okay, that doesn't look good. So, Jason, Ryan? Yeah, Ryan?
Yeah,
Are you guys following?
yeah.
Yep.
So now we have T equals 900 minus F. That means if we can find F, let's say we found F was equal to 0, then Ryan, how much
Wait,
would
wait.
T be?
I have an answer. I
Mhm.
think. Is it four hundred
Don't say it
fifty?
yet. Don't say it yet. I just want
No,
you.
I don't know. I don't really know.
You
I
don't
was
know it
just
yet?
checking.
Okay.
Yeah, I just don't know. I just have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can it be like 2 divided by 900? Could
2
it?
divided by, you think it's 900 divided by 2? They might not be
Yeah,
the same.
and then we can times it. But I have to check.
Um, I don't think that's the answer, Jason. I only have what? 4 minutes, barely 4 minutes left to live.
Okay.
Okay. So we have 900, let's say F was 0, okay? Let's say we somehow found out that F was 0. How much would T be? Given 900 minus F. Ryan? Okay, Jason, what would T be if F was 0? So let's say F was 0, then we'd have
Wait, could it be 5F plus 10?
plus 10 what?
Brackets 900 minus 4.
Ah, that's where you're getting to. So whenever we
Yes.
see a T, we can replace it with 900 minus F, right? So in this
Yeah.
case, we have 5F plus 10 times 900 minus F. Okay, how do we expand this, Jason?
What?
How do we distribute this? Like how do we how
10
can we simplify it?
10 times 900 and 10 times F.
10 times negative F. There's a
Yeah.
negative sign before it.
Yeah, I forgot.
So we got to make sure not to forget that. Let's do that real quick.
So it's
Have
negative
5F.
10.
Um, not
9,
exactly. So we have 5F plus 10 times 900.
9,000 minus 10.
Exactly. Minus 10F. Don't forget
Yeah,
that.
10F.
Minus 10F is equal to 5,500. Okay. Uh, what's next, Jason?
5,500.
I'm
Uh,
2 minutes left.
um,
Anyone can
I
hop in.
5F divided by 5.
In this
No,
case,
10F.
okay, so we
10.
have 5F minus 10F, which is It's just
Wait,
negative
so
5f.
so
Oh,
minus.
you
I
were saying,
know.
Ryan? Oh, okay, go ahead, Jason.
So 5,500 minus 9,000.
Okay, so we can do that. We can do 5,500 minus 9,000. And what is
Could
that?
you hurry up? We only have 1 minute 30.
I know. Okay, we're gonna continue. So what's 5,500 minus 9,000?
What?
What's 5,500 minus 9,000, Jason?
Okay, quick mental math. I did not solve that yet. 3,500.
3,500.
No,
Oh, it's actually
400,000.
negative. It's negative.
Yeah.
Negative 3,500.
Yes.
And this is negative 5f. And 1 minute left. Holy cow, that troll is coming on me. What can we do? How do we isolate f?
Wait. Divided by?
Divide by negative 5, right? So if we divide each side by negative 5, we have negative 3,500 divided by negative 5. And what's negative 3,500 divided by negative 5?
What? 7.
700.
700. Okay, we now know that
I
f
thought
is 700. Okay,
I
what
think
is
I
t?
still got it correct.
What is t? What is t? I only have 20 seconds left.
T is
200.
200.
It's
100.
200. Okay, so now we have
200.
t is 900 minus 700, which
Me and Ryan
is
saved you.
equal to 200. Okay, Tro, is that the answer?
900. T equals 700 and F equals 200. Me and okay.
Okay, the time's out. Time's out. Okay, so our final answer, Mr. Troll or Mrs. Troll, is there are 700 $5 bills. Okay, there are 700 $5 bills and 200 $10 bills. I was actually pretty stressed for this one. Um, so it could be a Mr. or Mrs. We're not too sure. Um, so let's just make sure the answer is correct. Otherwise, I will be eaten by the troll anyways. So, Aaron, can you verify for me that F is indeed 700 and T is indeed 200? So I'm gonna, okay, thank you. Jason, Garrus didn't do anything. He's innocent, okay?
He's
As a matter of
distracting
fact,
us.
as a matter of fact, I'll let Garrus verify this for us, so that we can make sure he doesn't get any blame. So Garrus, how can we verify for sure that F is 700 and T is 200? Garrus?
Okay.
So after all this really stressful math doing, we found out that T is 200 and F is 700. How do we verify? I guess when the stress is off, no one really wants to answer anymore, right? Uh, do you know what we need to do, Garrus? So if we know that F is 700, we can plug it in here, right?
Yep.
What about T? If T is 200, then we can plug it in here too, right?
Yep.
Yep. So this would, what's F again? Can you remind me? Jason and Ryan, if you guys can let off in the chat, this this is a classroom, okay? Garrus, can you help me along here, please? So F was 700, right? And T is 200. So what's 700 plus 200?
All right. 700 plus 200 is 900. Yep.
It's 900. Okay. Thank you. Aaron, can you help me with 5f plus 10t equals 5500, please? So how do we make sure f and t satisfy this equation as well?
And 700 times 5
Mm-hmm.
plus
5
200 times 10.
plus 200 times 10. Okay. So first of all, what is 700 times 5?
3,500.
Okay, we have 3,500. And what is 200 plus times 10?
2,000.
2,000. And what is the final answer? What's 3,500 plus 2,000?
500.
500. Oh,
5,500.
oh, okay. Oh, okay. So the answer is 5,500. Thank goodness. Thank you, Aaron. So we know that the answer is 5,500 and not 500, or else this I will be eaten by the troll. So we can indeed verify that troll has $705 bills and $210 bills. Thank you. Round of applause, please, to Jason, Ryan, Aaron, and Garrett. Please. Claps in the
We
chat.
saved your life.
Yes, you did indeed. Um,
All I
Aaron
can
almost cost me
say,
dead though, but thankfully he saved me back just in time. So thank you, Aaron.
all I can say is that the troll turned into a horse named Ethan.
Well, I think we have enough time for a Kahoots. So let's
Garrus almost killed us. Garrus is the imposter for a moment.
well, we'll see if he actually is the imposter when he dominates you all in Kahoot. So let's let's test you guys on all that.
Oh wait, if Garrus is the imposter, we'd be dead right now.
Exactly.
Dun, dun, dun,
So is he the
dun,
imposter or is he not the imposter?
I don't know.
You don't know? Well,
There is still an imposter among us.
if you guys can join this Kahoot, please. Let's see if we can get this done before I run over time and keep you guys.
By the way, I don't think you would have get A10. If you got A10, what would you do? What did you put?
I'd probably find a substitute who looked exactly the same as I do.
That's cap because you couldn't because you're in there. You're in the monster's stomach and trolls does not exist unless you just travel in fantasy book, which rarely happens.
Oh, who knows? Ryan, do you mind shortening your name to just 4 letters, please? Thank you. Yeah, Garrus, Henry, Nicole, are you guys going to join? Okay, thanks, Ryan.
I'm Albert Einstein, but dead.
Haha. Like the reference. Any more joiners? Garrus? Nicole? Okay, I guess we have 3 skeletons in the game today.
Skeleton crew.
Aha. Oh, wonder. Shall we begin? Okay, Ryan, if you're done with all the costumes, I am
We all
starting.
died.
Awesome. Okay, we will be covering this next class. I think Ryan, you said you knew how to use this to solve today's question. So I will be changing next week's problem up a little bit. We will do it again with elimination,
I
but
also know.
you also know Jason? Okay, that's awesome. I might make it just a slight bit more difficult so you guys don't get too comfortable. Move on. Garrus is on the top. Okay. You can estimate this one if you want to. Awesome. Okay.
I look wrong.
Did you rush that one, Jason? Possibly.
I thought it was the same question.
It's not the same question. I changed the numbers. Don't want to rush this one. Oh, well, I guess everyone did rush this one. But yeah, you just in this case, you assume that X, Y, Z is 2, 3, 4 respectively. If you use something different, okay, take your time. Awesome. I guess you guys did all work the problem out. Okay. Drumroll, please. Third, we have Jason. Okay, I guess Albert Einstein's also on third. Second, Aaron. Nice. And first, Ryan. Oh, wow. These scores are actually pretty close. Just like barely 20.
I just
So
picked
good
one
job,
answer
both Ryan and
wrong.
Aaron. Yeah, I think that wrong answer really did you a number. Good job, everyone. Next week
Good
we'll be
game.
covering elimination, and
GG.
just as a warning, I stand a chance of being eliminated next class as well. So
Nice.
Can a troll come again?
can the troll come in again? We'll see.
I
If
want
the
to
show
see
comes-
his face.
You want to see their face? Well,
It's a
you might
horse.
find them recognizable. We'll
I
see
already
next
know
class.
who is it.
Okay, well,
It's a sheep.
it's a sheep. Perhaps.
I know it's a sheep.
Well, I'll see you next class, Jason.
Okay.